Ladies and gentlemen, there is a great tragedy in life, and it is not death. The tragedy is giving your best to those who do not value it. You were not created to be abused, nor were you designed to waste your kindness on those who trample it underfoot. Kindness is a gift, but every gift requires wisdom. When you pour water into a broken vessel, it does not retain the water. It wastes it. And so it is with people. There are those in your life who receive your kindness, your generosity, and your love, yet they give nothing in return. Instead, they drain you, misuse you, and disrespect what you freely offer. Kindness is a gift, but it requires wisdom. It is one of the greatest virtues a person can possess. Yet, if it is given without understanding, it can become a burden instead of a blessing. Many people believe that kindness means saying yes to everyone, giving endlessly, and never withholding. But that is not true. True kindness is not reckless, it is intentional. It is not blind, it is discerning. Some of you have been taught that being kind means tolerating abuse. You have been made to believe that turning the other cheek means becoming a doormat for the world to step on. But listen to me. Kindness without wisdom is not kindness at all. It is weakness. You were never called to be weak. You were called to be wise. You were called to be wise. You were never meant to be used and discarded by people who have no respect for the value of your heart. There are people in your life right now who see your kindness as an opportunity to take advantage of you. They know you will always be there. They know you will always say yes. They know you will always forgive, always give, always tolerate, and they exploit that generosity. And the longer you allow it, the more they will take from you. Not because they deserve it, but because they can. Even God himself does not waste kindness. The Bible says he sends rain on the just and the unjust, but he also withholds blessings from those who refuse to honor him. If the creator of the universe is wise in his kindness, how much more should you be? You must learn to evaluate where your kindness is going. Are you giving to those who appreciate it? Or are you pouring yourself out for those who only take and never give? Are you helping people who are willing to grow, or are you carrying those who refuse to take responsibility? There is a difference between helping someone in need and enabling someone in their dysfunction. Some of you are exhausted right now. Not because God has called you to be, but because you have allowed the wrong people to drain you. You keep saying yes when you should be saying no. You keep forgiving people who are not repentant. You keep giving to those who do not appreciate it, and then you wonder why you feel empty. It is not because you lack love, it is because you lack boundaries. Love without boundaries is not love. It is chaos. God created order. He set the sun to rule the day and the moon to rule the night. He placed limits on the ocean so that it does not overtake the land. And yet some of you are living without limits, letting people run over you, take from you, and disrespect what God has placed inside of you. The problem is not your kindness. The problem is your lack of discernment. You must ask yourself, who am I giving to? Who am I serving? Who am I constantly helping that refuses to change? Because if you're not careful, you will spend your life trying to fill a cup that has a hole in the bottom. Listen to me. Jesus healed many, but he did not heal everyone. He fed multitudes, but he did not feed them every day. He helped the poor, but he did not give to everyone who asked. Why? Because he knew that kindness must be governed by wisdom. And if he, being the Son of God, was selective in his giving, why do you believe you should give indiscriminately? There comes a time when you must recognize that some people are not looking for help. They are looking for someone to carry them so they never have to walk. And if you continue to carry those who refuse to stand on their own, you are not helping them, you are crippling them. Your kindness is a treasure. Your love is valuable. Your time, your energy, and your generosity are all gifts from God, and he expects you to be a good steward of them. Do not waste what he has given you on people who do not honor it. Do not cast your pearls before swine, hoping they will suddenly recognize their worth. Swine will always trample on what they do not understand. So today I challenge you. Be kind, but be wise. Love, but love with discernment. Give, but give with purpose. Because the greatest kindness you can show some people is the kindness of walking away. This keeps the style powerful, engaging, and filled with biblical wisdom while reinforcing the theme. Let me know if you'd like any refinements. Not everyone values what you freely offer. This is one of the hardest lessons to learn in life because we often assume that if we give our best, others will appreciate it. But the truth is, value is not determined by what you give. It is determined by the mindset of the person receiving it. Some people do not appreciate kindness because they do not understand its worth. They take it for granted, not because it isn't valuable, but because they have never had to earn it. If you give a priceless treasure to someone who has never known its worth, they will treat it like common dirt. And some of you have been pouring your kindness, your love, and your time into people who do not see the value of what you give. You call it love, but they call it convenience. You call it sacrifice, but they call it something they expect. And the more you give, the less they respect it. Have you ever noticed that people often respect what costs them something? They respect what they have to work for. They respect what they have to pursue. But when something comes too easily, too freely, they treat it with indifference. It is not because it has no value, it is because they have not invested in it. And this is why some of you are frustrated, exhausted, and disappointed. You keep expecting gratitude from people who have never had to work for what you provide. There are people in your life right now who treat your kindness as if it is their right, not a privilege. They take your patience, your love, your generosity, and your forgiveness as something they deserve, not something they should honor. And the moment you stop giving, they get angry, not because they love you, but because they love what you provide. That is not relationship. That is exploitation. Even Jesus experiences. He healed 10 lepers, but only one came back to say thank you. He fed multitudes, but when he stopped giving food, many walked away. He poured his life into people, yet some of them betrayed him, denied him, and abandoned him when it mattered. If the Son of God himself was not valued by everyone, why do you expect everyone to value you? You must learn to recognize who appreciates what you bring into their life and who simply tolerates you for what you give. There is a difference. When someone values you, they show honor, gratitude, and respect. When someone merely tolerates you, they use you until they no longer need you. And the longer you allow yourself to be used, the harder it will be to break free from the cycle. Some of you have relationships, friendships, and family connections that are draining you, not because you are unkind, but because the people around you do not recognize the worth of your kindness. You keep expecting them to change, hoping they will finally see your value, but they will not, because they never had to. And as long as you continue giving without boundaries, they will continue taking without appreciation. It is time to stop throwing your pearls before swine. It is time to stop wasting your love on those who do not honor it. It is time to stop investing in people who only withdraw from you but never deposit anything back. You were not created to be drained, depleted, and used. You were created to be fruitful, to multiply, and to pour into those who recognize the value of what you carry. You need to evaluate your relationships. Who truly values you? Who honors what you bring into their life? Who recognizes the worth of your kindness? And if you find yourself in the company of those who do not, it may be time to step back. Because no matter how much you love, give, and sacrifice, if the person receiving it does not appreciate it, you are simply wasting what God has given you. Not everyone deserves your kindness, because not everyone is ready to receive it with honor. Love must be given to those who cherish it. Kindness must be extended to those who respect it. And your time, energy, and heart must be guarded like the treasures they are. Because what you give freely is priceless, but only in the hands of those who know its true worth. Even Jesus set boundaries on his kindness. He was the embodiment of love, mercy, and compassion, yet he did not give indiscriminately. He healed the sick, but he did not heal everyone. He fed the hungry, but he did not make it a daily duty. He spoke the truth, but he did not waste his words on those who had no desire to listen. Even the Son of God, who had unlimited power and an endless supply of grace, exercised wisdom in where, when, and how he extended his kindness. Some of you have been told that to be Christ-like means to say yes to everyone, to help everyone, and to never turn anyone away. But that is not the example Jesus set. He was kind, but he was also wise. He loved, but he did not allow himself to be manipulated. He gave, but he was not reckless with his generosity. And if he, being perfect, had to set boundaries, why do you believe you should live without them? There were times when Jesus walked away. There were moments when he remained silent. There were people he refused to perform miracles for because he knew their hearts were not right. When he stood before Herod, who only wanted to see him perform like an entertainer, he said nothing. When the rich young ruler came to him seeking eternal life but was unwilling to make sacrifices, Jesus did not chase him when he walked away. And when the people of his hometown rejected him, he did not force them to accept his words. He simply moved on. Some of you are trying to force your kindness on people who have already shown you they do not value it. You are chasing after people who have rejected your love, your help, and your generosity. You are spending your energy trying to prove your goodness to those who will never appreciate it. But if Jesus himself did not waste time on those who had no honor for what he carried, why are you? You must understand that kindness is not about pleasing people. It is about pleasing God. And sometimes the kindest thing you can do is to walk away. Sometimes love is expressed by letting people go. There are moments when silence is more powerful than words, and distance is more effective than presence. You are not called to be everything to everyone. You are called to be obedient to God. Look at the example Jesus set. He healed the woman with the issue of blood, but only because she reached out in faith. He delivered the demon-possessed man, but only because the man cried out for help. He performed miracles, but he always required faith, honor, and willingness from those who received them. He never forced his kindness on anyone. And yet some of you are giving to people who do not honor what you bring. You are pouring your time, energy, and love into relationships that drain you instead of strengthening you. You keep making excuses for those who mistreat you, believing that if you just give a little more, they will change. But that is not how kindness works. That is not how love works. Even Jesus had expectations for those who received from him. You must learn to discern where your kindness is truly needed. Some people do not need your generosity, they need to learn responsibility. Some do not need your forgiveness, they need to experience consequences. Some do not need another chance, they need to understand that opportunities are not unlimited. It is not unkind to set boundaries, it is wisdom. It is not unloving to say no, it is obedience. Your kindness is too precious to be wasted. Your love is too valuable to be abused. Your time is too sacred to be spent on those who do not honor it. Jesus set boundaries because he understood that not everyone was worthy of what he carried. And if he, being the Son of God, operated with such wisdom, you must do the same. Love wisely. Give discerningly. And always remember, true kindness is not about pleasing people, but about fulfilling your purpose. Love must have boundaries, and mercy must have direction. Love is powerful, but without boundaries, it can be abused. Mercy is divine, but without direction, it can be wasted. Some people believe that love means enduring anything, tolerating everything, and never drawing a line. But true love is not reckless, it is wise. It knows when to give and when to withhold, when to embrace and when to walk away. Some of you have been taught that love means sacrificing yourself completely, even for those who do not value what you give. You have been told that mercy means allowing people to mistreat you over and over again. But let me tell you something. Love without boundaries leads to destruction. Mercy without direction leads to entitlement. If you continue to love without wisdom, you will find yourself drained, broken, and empty, giving to people who only take and never give back. Even God, in his infinite love, has boundaries. He offers salvation to all, but he does not force it on anyone. He is merciful, but he also holds people accountable. He is kind, but he is also just. And if God himself, who is love, has boundaries, why do you believe you should not? Some of you are carrying people who refuse to walk on their own. You keep excusing their behavior, tolerating their disrespect, and allowing them to drain your energy, and you call it love. But true love does not enable dysfunction. True love does not reward irresponsibility. True love does not allow itself to be abused. When you love without boundaries, you are not being kind, you are being reckless. You must understand that love is not just about giving. It is also about protecting. Protecting yourself, protecting your peace, protecting your purpose. If someone continually disrespects you, mistreats you, or takes advantage of you, they are showing you that they do not value your kindness. And when someone does not value what you give, you must have the strength to stop giving. Some of you feel guilty for walking away from people who hurt you. You feel selfish for setting boundaries. But listen to me. There is nothing selfish about protecting what God has placed inside of you. There is nothing unkind about refusing to let people abuse your love. You are not called to be a sacrifice for those who refuse to change. Even Jesus, in his love, corrected those who needed correction. He rebuked the Pharisees because they were hypocrites. He cleansed the temple because they had turned it into a marketplace. He told Peter, "Get behind me, Satan," because Peter was thinking in a way that was not aligned with God's will. Jesus loved, but he also confronted. He showed mercy, but he also expected repentance. Some of you need to learn that love sometimes says no. Mercy sometimes walks away. Kindness sometimes refuses to tolerate abuse. You have been giving chances to people who do not deserve them. You have been pouring into relationships that do not pour back into you. And you wonder why you feel exhausted, frustrated, and empty. It is not because you lack love, it is because you lack boundaries. Stop feeling guilty for protecting yourself. Stop apologizing for valuing your peace. Stop letting people manipulate you into believing that love means allowing them to walk all over you. It does not. Love means choosing wisely where you invest your heart. Mercy means giving to those who will honor what you give. Kindness means knowing when to let go. There is a time to love and a time to step back. There is a time to forgive and a time to move on. And there is a time to recognize that not everyone deserves access to your kindness. Love with wisdom, show mercy with discernment. Because when you truly understand the value of your love, you will no longer give it to those who do not appreciate it. Giving without discernment enables abuse. Kindness is a beautiful thing, but if it is given without wisdom, it can be taken advantage of. Some people do not see kindness as a blessing, they see it as an opportunity to use you. They do not view your generosity as a gift, they see it as something they are entitled to. And the more you give without discernment, the more you allow yourself to be misused. Some of you are exhausted, not because you lack strength, but because you have been giving to the wrong people. You have poured your time, your energy, and your resources into people who do not appreciate it. And instead of being grateful, they have become entitled. Instead of being humbled by your generosity, they have begun to expect it. And now you are trapped in a cycle where the more you give, the more they demand. Listen to me, giving is good, but giving without wisdom is dangerous. Even God does not give to everyone the same way. He blesses according to stewardship. He increases according to faithfulness. He rewards according to obedience. He does not waste resources on those who refuse to honor what they receive. And if God himself is selective in his giving, why do you believe you should give without discernment? Some of you have mistaken obligation for kindness. You keep helping people who do not want to help themselves. You keep giving to those who refuse to take responsibility. You keep making sacrifices for those who do not appreciate them. And you think that is love. But true love does not enable dysfunction. True love does not reward irresponsibility. True love does not fuel entitlement. There are people in your life right now who only come to you when they need something. They know that no matter what, you will say yes. They know that no matter how they treat you, you will always be there. They take from you, drain you, and leave you empty. And the moment you stop giving, they turn on you. That is not love. That is manipulation. That is not relationship. That is exploitation. Jesus helped many, but he did not help everyone. He healed, but he also left towns where people lacked faith. He fed multitudes, but he did not set up a permanent feeding program. He forgave sinners, but he also told them, go and sin no more. He showed mercy, but he also held people accountable. If Jesus himself set limits on his kindness, why do you believe you should give without boundaries? Some of you need to realize that saying no is not unkind. It is necessary. Some people do not need another chance, they need consequences. Some people do not need another gift, they need to learn responsibility. Some people do not need your help, they need to face the results of their choices. And until you stop rescuing them, they will never change. You are not called to be a savior. You are not called to fix everyone's problems. You are not responsible for carrying people who refuse to walk on their own. If you continue to give without discernment, you will eventually find yourself empty, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And when you are empty, you will have nothing left to give to those who truly need it. It is time to be wise with your kindness. Give, but give with discernment. Love, but love with boundaries. Help, but help those who are willing to change. Do not allow your kindness to become a tool for manipulation. Do not let your generosity be the reason someone refuses to take responsibility for their own life. Giving is good, but only when it is done with wisdom. Because when you give without discernment, you are not just losing, you are enabling the very thing that is draining you. Not everyone is meant to walk with you. Life is a journey, and along the way, people will come and go. Some will bless you, some will teach you, and others will drain you. But the mistake many of us make is trying to hold on to people who were only meant to be in our lives for a season. We struggle, we fight, and we sacrifice to keep relationships alive that God himself is trying to remove. And in doing so, we slow down our own progress, delay our own destiny, and invite unnecessary pain into our lives. Some of you are carrying people who were never meant to go where God is taking you. You have allowed your kindness to become a burden. You are trying to help people who do not want to change. You are holding on to friendships, relationships, and connections that are not aligned with your purpose. And instead of moving forward, you are stuck, drained, frustrated, and exhausted. Look at Jesus. He had many followers, but he only walked closely with 12. And even among the 12, he had 3, Peter, James, and John, who saw him in his most intimate moments. He did not give everyone the same level of access. He did not force anyone to follow him. He did not chase after those who walked away. He understood that not everyone was meant to walk with him. And yet, some of you are trying to force people to stay in your life who have already shown you they do not value you. You keep trying to prove your worth to those who refuse to see it. You keep making excuses for those who constantly disrespect you, and you wonder why you feel empty. It is because you are giving access to people who should not be in your life. Some people are not bad, but they are not meant for your journey. They do not share your vision. They do not support your growth. They do not honor what God has placed inside of you. And no matter how much you love them, you cannot force them to understand your purpose. Abraham had to leave his family to fulfill God's promise. Joseph had to be separated from his brothers to reach his destiny. Even Jesus had to leave his hometown because the people there did not believe in him. If the greatest men of faith had to walk away from certain relationships to fulfill their calling, why do you believe you can hold on to everyone? Some of you are holding on out of guilt. You feel like if you stop helping, stop giving, stop being available, you will be a bad person. But let me tell you, there is nothing wrong with setting boundaries. There is nothing unkind about walking away from relationships that are draining you. You must understand that where God is taking you, not everyone can go. Some people do not have the faith to walk with you. Some do not have the mindset to grow with you. Some do not have the heart to celebrate you. And if you keep holding on to the wrong people, you will miss the ones who are truly meant to walk with you. Stop forcing what is not meant to be. Stop chasing after people who do not value you. Stop holding on to relationships that are no longer serving your growth. When someone shows you that they do not appreciate your kindness, believe them. When someone makes it clear that they do not respect your presence, accept it. Do not waste time trying to change people who have no desire to change. God has the right people for you, people who will honor you, respect you, and value what you carry. But you will never meet them if you keep holding on to those who are only meant to be part of your past. Walk in wisdom. Love with discernment, and always remember, not everyone is meant to walk with you. Your kindness is a gift, and not everyone deserves it. Some people will see your kindness as a weakness. They will take advantage of your good heart, manipulate your generosity, and drain you emotionally, mentally, and even spiritually. If you do not recognize this, you will spend your life giving to people who do not value what you offer. You will pour into relationships that leave you empty. You will continue to extend grace to people who only abuse it. And eventually you will wake up one day exhausted, wondering how you got there. Kindness is powerful, but it must be protected. When you do not guard your kindness, it will be used against you. Some of you have been giving too much to the wrong people for too long. You have allowed guilt to keep you in unhealthy relationships. You have let people manipulate you into believing that saying no is unkind. You have spent years sacrificing for others only to realize that when you need help, no one is there for you. And now you are tired, worn out, and wondering if your kindness even matters. Listen to me. Your kindness is not the problem. The problem is where you have been investing it. Some people do not deserve your kindness because they do not respect it. They do not appreciate it. They see it as something they are entitled to rather than a gift you freely give. And as long as you continue to give to people who do not honor what you bring, you will continue to feel depleted. Even Jesus did not waste his kindness. He loved everyone, but he did not treat everyone the same. He healed those who came to him in faith. He gave wisdom to those who were willing to listen. He poured into those who valued his presence. But when people dishonored him, he walked away. When people rejected him, he let them go. He did not force his kindness on those who did not want it. Some of you need to learn this principle. You need to stop forcing relationships that no longer serve you. You need to stop giving to people who only take. You need to stop apologizing for setting boundaries. Your kindness is precious. It is valuable. It is a reflection of the goodness of God inside of you. And because of that, it should not be given carelessly. The reason some of you are struggling is that you have given your kindness to the wrong people for too long. You have mistaken access for connection. You have assumed that just because someone is in your life, they deserve a place in your heart. But the truth is, not everyone who enters your life is meant to stay. Not everyone who smiles at you has good intentions. Not everyone who benefits from your kindness deserves to continue receiving it. Think about this. If someone repeatedly disrespects you, ignores your efforts, or takes you for granted, are they truly worthy of your kindness? If someone only comes around when they need something but disappears when you need support, do they really deserve your time? If someone constantly makes you feel unappreciated, unseen, and unheard, why do you continue to invest in them? Some of you are afraid to walk away because you think kindness means endurance. You think love means suffering in silence. But true kindness is not about enduring mistreatment. It is about knowing your worth. It is about understanding that you are not called to be a doormat. It is about realizing that just because you are kind does not mean you have to tolerate abuse. When you recognize the value of your kindness, you will stop wasting it on people who do not appreciate it. You will stop feeling guilty for saying no. You will stop allowing manipulation to dictate your decisions. You will learn that true kindness includes wisdom. True love includes boundaries. And true generosity includes discernment. God did not create you to be depleted. He did not call you to be used. He gave you a kind heart, but he also gave you wisdom. And when you use both, you will find peace, you will find strength. And you will discover that when you stop giving to those who do not deserve your kindness, you will have more to give to those who truly do. Your kindness is a gift, but not everyone deserves it. Love must have boundaries. Mercy must have direction. Giving without wisdom enables abuse, and not everyone is meant to walk with you. If you continue to pour into people who do not value what you bring, you will find yourself drained, discouraged, and distant from your true purpose. But when you learn to guard your kindness, to give with discernment, and to walk away from those who do not appreciate you, you will find freedom. God has placed something special inside of you. Your heart, your generosity, and your love are valuable. Do not waste them on those who refuse to see your worth. Walk in wisdom. Love with discernment. Set boundaries that protect your peace. And always remember, not everyone deserves your kindness. May you have the strength to let go of what no longer serves you. May you have the wisdom to know where to invest your heart. And may you always walk in the confidence that your kindness is not weakness, it is power when given in the right place. Good luck on your journey, and thank you for listening.